listening to the Stallion Radio Network.
Welcome to Movie Talk. I like to live dangerously.
Did you hear this?
Yes.
In the face.
And here are your hosts, Brian Seals, Brett Seals, and Vic Vasquez.
Well, now, let me put it this way. If all the corpses buried around here were to stand up all at once, we'd have one hell of a population problem. And on that note, welcome to Movie Talk.
How's it going, guys? Hello out there.
Yes.
We've actually got a special guest in the studio tonight.
He's a very small fella.
Not necessarily alive. It's not Jeff Goldblum.
And it's not Chucky.
And it's not Nicolas Cage.
It's not Nicolas Cage.
Something that I won at the movie theater earlier. I posted it on Facebook and Twitter, so check that out. But it is Dr. Doom.
I'm thinking he's the mascot for Movie Talk Radio.
Unless we can come up with find a better one eventually. He is our mascot for now.
Well, we have Jeff
For the time
Goldblum visiting every once in a while. The Fly.
Yeah, I haven't seen him.
Not in the studio.
Is he
No,
around?
Not here.
Oh, maybe.
Fortunately.
Well, I can't remember who was in the flight too, so depending on who was in that, maybe he's around.
Maybe, but let's dive right into things here on Movie Talk Radio. Second to last episode of October.
Yes. Halloween's coming.
Yeah, so things are starting to heat up, but today is October 22nd. Not a lot happened on this day. A lot of birthdays mostly. I had to do some research to find the second thing, but the first thing happened in 1917. Though her given name was Joan de Beauvoir de Havilland, the world knew her as Joan Fontaine. The actress was an Academy Award winner for the 1942 Alfred Hitchcock mystery thriller Suspicion. Joan was born on this date in 1917 in Tokyo, Japan. Though she was not Japanese, she was an American.
I think I'm turning
Actually, no,
Japanese.
she was British. I'm sorry.
turning Japanese.
I thought you were going to say it was Joan Rivers that was born on that date.
Oh, you had to bring her up. You
Her-
had to.
She's pretty old, man.
Yeah,
Sorry.
1917.
She is.
That's a slap in the face to Joan Rivers, but
That's a little young for her, I guess.
You could slap her in the face, and like her face expression would not change one bit because she's had so much detox or whatever it's called.
Joan Fontaine, of course, no longer living. She would have been 96 today, so happy 96th birthday to an Academy Award winner.
There you go.
A trip into the recent past, 2010, just 3 years ago on this day, the parallel prequel to the 2007 horror film Paranormal Activity 2 was released on this date. On its opening day, Paranormal Activity 2 placed number 1 at the box office, making $20.1 million and finished with a total of $41.5 million estimated over the weekend, placing first at the box office. Paranormal Activity 2 is the longest film in the franchise with a runtime of 101 minutes or 1 hour and 41 minutes.
And they just released the trailer for the new one.
I did not see
I
it.
haven't seen it yet.
Which one is this? 5? 6?
I don't know. I've lost count.
See, I
7, 8.
thought. Yeah, see, I thought obviously.
I think it was called Paranormal Activity, the marked ones. I think.
Oh, I don't care what it's called.
I'm just saying that's.
The marked ones.
I think that's what it was because I remember you saying there was like 2 of them coming out. Like
Well, there's the Latino spin-off.
Yeah, I don't know which one it is.
Yeah, believe it, Vic. He looked at me like I was crazy.
Oh, like the Latino one?
No, but the first one was great, I thought, because it hadn't been done before. The second one was kind of cool because, it was the prequel to the first one, so there was a lot of a good storyline that could
Now it's
the
just
first
overdone.
one. Yeah, now it's overdone, but that is what happened on this day in cinema history, October 22nd.
Well, nice. Well, DVDs that are now out at a store near you. We have 3 to talk about. 1 I've seen, the other 2 I have not. It sounded like Dr. Seuss there for a minute.
You did a little bit. I was gonna say something, but then you took the words out of my mouth.
The Internship is one of the DVDs that is now out today. Vince Vaughn and Owen Wilson. Second movie they've been in together.
Great duo, aren't they?
Yeah.
When I first saw that trailer, I was like, oh my god, Wedding Crashers 2, and then it was like, The Internship. And I was
Yeah,
like,
I know. I kind of wanted to see this movie, but then I heard a lot of people didn't like it. So I kind of was like, oh, okay.
Something you might have to just check out for yourself.
Yeah. I might have to Redbox it. Yeah.
How long does it take usually for a new release to hit Redbox, by the way?
I think it's like a week I think.
Man, that's pretty good.
It's pretty quick.
That's not
And
bad.
it's only $1. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Netflix.
Not
is
bad at
just-
all.
Netflix takes like
Don't-
a year.
Let's not even get started on Netflix. At least not now. I'm sure
Yeah.
it'll come up.
We should
throughout
just have
the
a whole
episode.
special show about Netflix.
We probably could.
Yeah, we should.
Also out on DVD, Only God Forgives. Ryan Gosling's pick.
Yeah, that's what I thought. I thought it sounded familiar, but I don't remember ever really talking about it when it came out, or it didn't.
I think
it
it was-
didn't do well.
Well, I think it was a limited release, which is why we didn't really mention it.
Yeah, that was like. Didn't it take place in? I can't remember what
Like
country.
Japan or something like
some
that.
foreign
yeah.
country. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. We'll leave it at that. But then, last but not least, my favorite, The Conjuring, out on DVD.
Yeah. What a great film to have come out around this time.
Heck yeah.
Yeah, you're definitely gonna have to pick that one up
Yes, I will. More likely, I'll probably pick that up tomorrow.
on Blu-ray.
Yes.
That's all.
It's
that's
all
the only way to
Blu-ray
go,
now. It's all
yeah.
It's
Blu-ray.
all Blu-ray. Yeah, I feel bad for just standard DVDs, but yeah.
I'll be more upset like when I start buying Blu-ray and then they come up with like another like DVD
Right,
like
yeah.
format where it's like 3D like
Something-
Blu-ray ultraviolet or whatever the heck
Blu-ray
they call it
2,
nowadays. Yeah, like
something like that.
um.
They
Yeah.
seem to do that all the time.
Well, yeah, they do.
New generations of DVDs, but pretty good DVD releases. There's
Yes.
also there is a DVD that my sister wanted me to mention, Before Midnight, which is a I don't know if you guys have ever heard of that. It's like a
It sounds
series.
familiar.
It's Richard Linklater. I've never seen it, but I thought I'd mention it because there are some people who Quentin Tarantino thought that was one of the best movies of 2013. So I've never watched it, but also on DVD. You're welcome.
Sweet, sweet. Yeah, but those are the DVDs. And now to the box office results.
Wow, wow.
Womp,
Wow.
womp, womp.
I came closest. I did. But all of you had Carrie at number 1.
I honestly, I thought it was Gravity's. I thought Gravity would have been done with, but
I think it's done with after this week.
you think
Yeah.
you think it's gonna get knocked off
Yes,
this week?
sir. Yes,
There's
sir.
a lot of stuff coming out this week. So.
Well, there's only 2, but
Yeah, we only have 2.
well,
but
a lot
they're
of good
both
stuff, though.
yeah, they're
Yeah.
really good. Yeah, that can knock it off. So
Yeah. See, that's the hard part is figuring out which one's gonna knock it off.
I think I got it. We'll wait till the end of the show though. But
Well, at number 10 we had Insidious Chapter 2, which made 1.4. At number 9 was Runner, which made 1.6. At number 8, The Fifth Estate, which made 1.67.
totally bombed.
Yeah, it really bombed. At number 7 was Enough Said, which made 1.7. At number 6 was Prisoners, which made 2 even. At number 5 was Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs 2, which made 9.6. At number 4 was Escape Plan, which made 9.8.
which nobody really had.
Yeah, how surprising, right? No one had
Yeah,
that in the top
we'll talk
4.
about this in just a minute. At number 3, we have Carrie, which made 16.1. At number 2, we have Captain Phillips, which made 16.4. And Gravity at number 1, which made 30. Yeah, I'm kind of baffled because I thought the Fifth Estate would have done a little bit better since it had Benedict Cumberbatch.
Well, now that I think about it, I mean, considering the fact what the movie was about, it's a very controversial movie. So I mean movies where it has, a controversial topic or has some sort of something to do with like politics, it tends to, be kind of iffy.
I'm just baffled because like
Just because of a good star attached to the film.
yeah, not only that, but it's like you got beat by Stallone and Schwarzenegger, who were trapped in prison.
I just don't think that it was a topic that too many people were interested in unless you were a fan of Benedict Cumberbatch like I am, and
I think we
a lot
all
of people are. Yeah.
I mean, don't get me wrong. Like, I remember I saw the trailer for Escape Plan. I don't know how many times, and it's like, okay, interesting plot to it, but like, I didn't think it was gonna like do that well.
I know, I didn't either. It just proves to show how much we know, right?
Apparently nothing.
It's
Yeah,
re-
we know nothing.
when it comes to the
of the
box
sorts.
office, I think it's mostly pure luck when you get it right. Yeah, I don't think there's really any skill
Oh,
in
I
it.
have no luck because I can't remember the last time I got it right.
Yeah, we need to go back and find the last time you got a box office prediction right, because it's been a while.
I think it's been almost 2
Has
months.
Vic got one right?
On the 100th, it was for the 100th
Yeah.
show.
So yeah, you're a little behind, Brian. Gotta
I'm
get
on a
going.
dry spell.
Yeah, well,
I'll start getting hot.
let's talk about recently watched.
Yes,
wanna go
I
first,
guess
Brian?
I probably should go first since I didn't see any new releases.
No, well,
Well, not technically.
Vic
but...
didn't see no release, but he saw a movie in theaters. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I saw The Curse of Chucky.
Which I walked in on you watching, and I watched it for maybe like 3 minutes,
Yeah.
and I was just laughing.
Well, yeah,
We were just laughing.
I pretty much was laughing the
It was
entire
like a
time
good
too.
time.
Like they considered it a horror film, but like to me, I felt like it was more of a comedy.
Oh yeah, definitely.
But
Chucky's become more of a comedian
I think so.
Yeah,
than
I
like
think
an
it
actual.
is.
I mean,
I
sure, he
mean,
kills people, but
I will say it was cool that they got the original guy to do the voice again.
Mhm.
I can't remember. I think it's Brad Dourif or whatever his name is. But
right.
a lot better than the Bride of Chucky and the Seed of Chucky, but not by much.
Yeah, see, some of those movies like Chucky, they're not really scary, but if you were to put yourself in that situation, you'd be pretty freaked out, I think.
Oh yeah, I would. I don't want ever to have the doll Chucky in my house, but
I don't either. I don't think anybody would.
just kind of hanging out in a corner, like, oh hey,
With a
Chucky,
knife.
how you
I
doing?
mean,
The butcher's knife.
That wasn't there this morning.
I don't know. I feel like they kind of just like threw something together quickly, and there it was.
For the buck.
Like I can now see why it was just a DVD release.
Oh, was it?
Yeah, it was only straight to DVD.
That's never a good thing.
No,
was that,
it's
was that
not.
on Redbox or?
Yeah, it was on Redbox.
Yep.
There you go.
But that's what I saw, Sally. That's all I saw.
And
Sorry,
then,
Brian.
today I
Yes.
saw Runner. I was
With,
kind of waiting for with Ben Affleck and of course
JT.
Justin Timberlake, Gemma Arterton, who's just hot, really hot.
Just hot.
She's just so
Enough
hot.
said.
But it's not that bad of a movie. That scene that we always made fun of.
Yeah.
Do you want me to do it again? Like that scene. In context, it's actually not as crazy as it seems.
Yeah.
I like that other scene that he does where he's pushing the guys over where the crocodiles
Yeah.
are waiting for him. Like that was a
Yeah,
good
that scene
scene.
was pretty crazy. He's wearing a lot of black in the movie, so I was trying to picture him with like a
Mm-hmm.
Batman like cowl on.
Yeah.
She'd be like, freeze frame it and Sharpie it.
Yeah,
up.
I mean I'm sure. I think you said, Brian, that he was bulking up already, like he was hitting
yeah.
the gym or something. So
yeah.
I mean, he has the frame for it. So with him wearing black and stuff, yeah, I mean it was good. It was good. It wasn't half bad. So.
See, I knew that line in a trailer by itself. It may seem like overacting, but I even said in context, it probably fit with the scene, and apparently it
I'm
did.
sure it does, but I mean, if you watch any of his movies, there's certain scenes in any of his movies where there's like he'll say a line or deliver a line where it's just like,
I couldn't picture him as Bruce though, because he was more of like a dick in this movie,
Mm-hmm.
and Bruce isn't. Bruce
Yeah.
Wayne's not.
So you're saying he's a Robin?
Oh, I see what you did there.
Yes.
But I mean, I could see Ben Affleck now more, kind of going
Yeah.
into the form of Batman and Bruce Wayne. So
Honestly, I think why people freaked out when he was casted is just because of the fact that a lot of people wanted to see Christian Bale come back and how soon we're seeing another Batman movie. But
Well,
yeah, I think he's going to do a great
Speaking of
job.
the Batman movie, they actually released footage of that football scene that we talked about.
Yeah.
I haven't watched it, but
Oh, I have a story on it later. We will definitely talk about that again.
alrighty then.
Well, what I saw two movies. I saw one on Netflix, and I saw a new release. I will talk about what I saw on Great Britain's Netflix. I saw The Life Aquatic with Steve Zissou, which was directed by Wes Anderson, who did films like The Royal Tenenbaums, Moonrise Kingdom. It starred Bill Murray, Owen Wilson, Kate Blanchett, Angelica Huston, Willem Dafoe, and Jeff Goldblum, The Fly. It was written by Wes Anderson and Noah Baumbach. The plot is, with a plan to exact revenge on a mythical shark that killed his partner, oceanographer Steve Zissou, played by Bill Murray, rallies a crew that includes his estranged wife, a journalist, and a man who may or may not be his son, played by Owen Wilson. Pretty good movie. It's funny. If you've seen Wes Anderson movies before, it's definitely, I mean, he's got a style. He's got a specific
He
style.
has an interesting style. Because I remember when I saw it, I was like, this is an interesting movie.
Yeah, the trailer that we'll talk about later for trailer of the week. Yeah, he has a definite directing style, cinematography, and it was a good movie, I thought. So check it out if you do have the little tip I gave you last week for UK Netflix. But the new release I watched was Captain Phillips, which was directed by Paul Greengrass. It starred Tom Hanks, Barkhad Abdi, who was the main Somali.
oh, so he really was from Somalia?
Yeah, I think so. And this was the first movie he's ever been in. So
Wow.
and
That's pretty impressive.
And Catherine Keener, who was only in the movie for about 30 seconds, but
Aww.
it was written by Billy Ray. He wrote the screenplay. Richard Phillips and Stephen Talty wrote the book, A Captain's Duty, Somali Pirates, Navy SEALs, and Dangerous Days at Sea. If you didn't know what it was about, it's the true story of Captain Richard Phillips and the 2009 hijacking by Somali pirates of the U.S.-flagged MV Marsic, Alabama, the first American cargo ship to be hijacked in 200 years. And I will go ahead and say, if you like suspense movies, you definitely need to check this movie out.
Yeah, you told me basically
To
that
this point-
he should be nominated.
I think
The
so
Somali
far,
guy?
No.
You could smell like well, you never know. I mean, it could be possible if he's. I mean, if that performance was well done.
It's
But
gonna,
no, he was talking about Tom Hanks.
It's gonna have stiff competition. The movie itself, when it comes to Oscar time, I think 12 Years a Slave is gonna be.
That one.
It's gonna be
that one. Oh my God.
I think that one might win, but to this point so far, this is Best Picture. I think it was really well done. Tom Hanks. Coming into this movie, I heard it was his best performance ever, and I could see why. Especially toward the end, it was a definite Oscar scene. Definitely need to check it out. It was really, really well done. I think it's probably going to be a contender come Oscar time, so check it out. But I think it's time to get into the news. And last week, we talked about Charlie Hunnam, who dropped out of 50 Shades of Grey. And recently, he actually came out with a statement about that whole ordeal. He spoke with E! News about why he dropped out. He said, "I am just really concentrating on work. It's been a really busy time. I've had some family stuff going on, so just trying to stay focused and stay positive and keep trying to do a good job at work and be with my family and stay positive. I got some family stuff I have to tend to, so when I wrap the show, I'm going to go to England and see my people. And then I have a film that I am doing with Guillermo del Toro, so I'm going to go and do that and concentrate on the final seasons of Sons. It's obviously going to be a really emotional time for us. We are like a family and have become very, very close and become dear friends to each other. So it's going to be sad and finish up and say goodbye to everyone. But we've got like 13, maybe even a few more episodes. There's rumor that we might do a couple of more episodes and do a little bit of an extended season next year. So we will see if that happens. It may or may not. But I just want to finish that strong and go on to a new chapter of my life." So
Very interesting.
well, I don't know exactly what this family issue that he's talking about.
Not to mention, I am curious. Like, who calls your family my people?
I'm gonna go see my peeps.
I don't know.
My people.
Well, I mean, there's a couple things here.
He like. Is that like quote unquote like
Yeah.
exactly what he said? Because
Yeah.
he said that like family thing like
Couple times.
so.
Yeah, I have some points to make here. I think, I mean, family issues. The most recent thing that I've heard that happened with his family. His father passed away in May, but I mean that was during the summer. So I mean, I don't see how that could do anything with family stuff. And the other thing is, I don't think Sons of Anarchy comes on FX, correct?
Mm-hmm. It's
I don't-
actually on tonight. So
FX, I mean, he talked about an extended season. I had never heard anything about that before until he said it. I don't think that would be true unless they would have announced it first. And if it is true, I don't think they'd be too thrilled that he just spoiled a possible extended season next year for Sons of Anarchy. So far, it sounds like a bunch of cover-ups to me.
I don't know. Something still seems like a little suspicious about the whole thing.
Rumor has it that he was expected to be paid more. That's one reason why people thought he may have been dropped out. And then others said that producers wanted somebody different. But if the producers wanted somebody different, they wouldn't have allowed him to be casted in the first place.
Oh yeah.
I think
they had like a falling out or disagreement or something.
I still think that what I said last week might be true, where
he tried to hit on this co-star,
Yeah.
and she was like, "Nope."
Hunnam and Dakota Johnson. I mean, they got, obviously, if you don't know the stories about, there's going to be a lot of sexual scenes between the two. So he might have tried developing an off-screen relationship with Dakota Johnson to, strengthen the chemistry between the two on screen to make it more realistic. And maybe it didn't work out and he dropped out. And I know they're both dating people, but you know how Hollywood relationships work.
Oh yeah.
A lot of not a lot of
They hook
commitment.
up with one person, they go up to the next.
Yeah, look at
It's-
Kristen Stewart and Robert Pattinson and the whole thing that happened with Rupert Wyatt. I mean, that's a perfect example. So I think there's more to it than what's being said.
And almost like for a movie like that, you might as well hire like a couple to play the main part.
And I mean, even recently we saw a similar situation with Shia LaBeouf and Lars
Yeah.
and Lars von Trier's Nymphomaniac, which hasn't came out yet, which required a lot of sex scenes, and he actually had sex on camera. But
I think that ended his relationship with his girlfriend at that time too.
It did, yeah. And LaBeouf he had some sex scenes with his co-star Mia Goth, and now he's dating his co-star in real life. So you see those sort of things happen all the time, where you have an on-screen relationship, and then you also have an off-screen
Well,
relationship.
at least it turned into a relationship, not
Yeah.
just a wham bam, thank you, cut,
You know,
and print.
I don't have anything against Shia
job.
LaBeouf, but
Such a tough job.
her name is Mia Goth. She's not very attractive at all.
Oh yeah, I know, I've seen her.
Not very attractive. But hey, man, that's his thing. But
You do your thing.
I don't know. I think there might be more to what's being said.
And then you mentioned that he was doing another movie with
Guillermo del
So is that
Toro.
Pacific Rim 2?
I don't know. I'm not sure. I don't know. That could maybe the production schedule for the Guillermo del Toro movie might have overlapped with 50 Shades of Grey. But
yeah, it kind of makes me wonder what movie it is.
yeah,
for that one.
but if that were true, I don't know why he would have gotten himself into 50 Shades of Grey if he already knew about the del Toro movie.
I think he got basically like
There's more to it. I think.
yeah,
that's just not being said.
Yeah, more that we're not seeing.
And apparently, Dakota Johnson is actually helping the studio find a new Christian Grey, so it might have had to been something personal with the two. Like I said.
If she's like on board to trying to find somebody
Yeah.
like a replacement, then obviously they're wanting someone that can find like that has chemistry with her and won't hit on her possibly.
And people, I mean, I might be wrong. People might disagree with me, but they'll say, "Well, that's not even been thrown out as a possibility for why it happened." But that would not be a rumor. That would not be publicized at all if that were true. So I don't know.
This is just like
it's a possibility.
This is just like the tabloid stuff. Like it's rumor. We don't
Yeah.
know. We don't know.
Just my opinion, though. On that
But
one.
it's not in print, at least from us. So.
But if you're a Sons of Anarchy fan, you might be thrilled to maybe hear about an extended season next year. So
Yeah, that's the first I'm hearing about it. So
Yeah,
it's pretty exciting. Yeah, especially if it's going to be the last one.
Yeah.
Might as well.
extended
You're going to
season.
make it a little bit longer, yeah.
Yep.
If you want it to end well and end the right way, yeah, you do whatever you need to. Well, we're going to talk about Night at the Museum 3. First two, I enjoyed the first two.
Yeah, surprisingly, I did too.
Well, they already, this past week, got one of their original cast members back. Robin Williams is now official
Teddy
to come
Roosevelt.
back as Teddy Roosevelt in Night at the Museum 3, which is very cool because they're going to start shooting this February for December 25th, 2014 release.
Well, I mean, to be honest with you, I feel like I might have remembered talking about it in the past, but upon reading this again, I totally forgot that there was going to be a third movie.
Well, there was talks about it, but like it kind of like
It was
was
questionable.
talked about like, and then kind of just
Backburnered.
just kind of hit the back burner and kind of vanished for a little bit. But now apparently it's gonna happen, and it makes me curious. Is like, what's the third one gonna be about?
Yeah, what museum are we going
Because
to this
I mean,
time?
freaking the second one's the Battle of the Smithsonian. That's
Yeah.
like the most popular museum of
Yeah.
all. So it's like, where are you gonna go?
I don't know. What other museums are there? Maybe overseas. There's got to be some crazy museum like
I don't
in
know.
Europe or something. I don't know.
Maybe.
So far, Robin Williams is the only one that's slated. None of the other original cast members are official as of yet. Night at the Museum made 574.5 million worldwide, and the second one took in 413.1 million. So very successful.
Well, I'm sure if you got Robin Williams back, I'm sure Ben Stiller is probably going to come back
Oh, yeah.
as well. I don't know why Robin Williams.
If you want to do it right,
Yeah, I don't know why Robin Williams would come back without Ben Stiller. So
Maybe he just had fun dressing up.
maybe, yeah.
it kind of makes you wonder too, because if you like the second one, Robin only had like a small role
Yeah.
compared to the first one where he was like
was
a big,
in the whole thing
Yeah,
almost,
so
yeah.
it makes you wonder the third one like can be a longer role, the same thing as the second one. Like
I would guess a longer role. If not, I don't think he would have done it.
Dum Dum, you bring me Gum Gum?
Got a spider on my arm right now. It's Jeff Goldblum.
But yeah, very interesting stuff.
In the
So
form of
he
a
went from
spider.
a fly to a spider?
Yeah, he's changing. He's a shapeshifter.
He's
guys.
evolving.
But yeah, very cool to hear.
Yeah, definitely. Well, we're gonna go ahead and talk about some biopics here for the next about 15 minutes or so, I guess. The first one is the Freddie Mercury biopic, which we've talked about in the past when Sacha Baron Cohen was attached to do it, but he dropped out, and now the band Queen is actually they have somebody in mind that they want to go with. The Hollywood Reporter reveals that Ben Whishaw is at the top of the band's wish list. Drummer Roger Taylor divulged on BBC's One show while doing press for the release of his latest solo album. Like I said, Baron Cohen was first attached to the project because his ability to get into roles. I mean, we see it all the time, like Borat and The Dictator, and he's just crazy. He really gets into it. And because of his singing ability, which we saw in Sweeney Todd and Les Mis. I mean, and
He's got some pipes.
and he really looks like him too, which is creepy. But he unfortunately dropped out. But Ben Whishaw, who, doesn't ring a bell.
Right? Yeah.
He is a British actor. He recently starred in Cloud Atlas, and this is probably where you guys will remember him. He played the tech specialist named Q in Skyfall. He was like the guy that wore the brown blazer. who
blazes, all
he
sorts
was
of
like
aces.
he was like the tech specialist. He looked like a young kid wearing glasses. He's actually
Yeah, I remember we talked about him when we saw that movie.
yeah, he's actually 33, so he's not a young kid. But yeah, he was in Skyfall, and he will reprise that role in Bond 24. Yay! The only problem, his singing abilities are kind of unknown, and he's never really had a big role. This would be a big role. I mean, a biopic is a pretty lofty goal. You have to.
Well, if Gerard Butler can
somebody.
sing, then I'm sure this guy can.
Yeah. If he can't already, I'm sure he
And
gets some
I
great
mean-
singing lessons probably.
I mean, it's not like any worse than Russell Crowe. I mean, come on. Russell Crowe. I mean, if Russell Crowe can actually sing,
he
somewhat.
set the bar as low as it can go.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, you can't get any lower than that.
Yeah. And this guy actually, I don't know if you remember what he looks like, but he actually does look like Freddie Mercury. And the fact that the band is actually, saying that they want him, I mean, there's got to be something good there. So, I don't know. This is, if you don't know what he looks like, go look him up. Ben Whishaw. He was in Skyfall. Cloud Atlas. Cloud Atlas, by the way, was a weird-ass movie. I still don't understand it. I don't know if any of you have seen it.
I think I was going to go see it, like, after you guys, like, after
No
the
one saw
DVD
it.
was purchased or whatever.
Yeah.
And, like, from, like, everything that you guys told me, I was like, okay, I kind of lost my interest.
First 20 minutes. I mean, it's an art movie. Like, you got to really think and understand. It's a really good movie. Like, but it's just hard to follow.
It really makes you think.
It really does. It's a mind twist movie. But we're gonna talk about the other biopic now, and I did post a picture of this on our Twitter page earlier. Ben Foster, who is slated to play Lance Armstrong in Stephen Frear's biopic. I posted the picture of him, and both of you guys saw it. And you guys actually thought it was Lance Armstrong.
No, I did. Like, I knew, like, because I read your, like,
Yeah,
little tag below it, but I did a double take. I was like, that doesn't really look like Ben Foster. I was like, damn.
Well, when
like, he's got the role
Yeah,
down.
like I zoomed in
perfectly.
and everything. I was like, wait a minute, who is that?
Yeah, Vic was like, I thought that is Lance Armstrong, but
I can't wait for this movie, like, because I'm a big fan of Ben Foster. Like,
Yeah.
I love his movies because
He's up and coming.
he's a damn good actor.
But yeah, the picture came courtesy of Empire. Ben Foster, who he's gotten a lot of work recently. I think his big break was in 3:10 to Yuma. He's going to be in that new movie, Lone Survivor, with Mark Wahlberg.
Which
And,
looks really good. Yeah, I saw the trailer for that today, and it looks really,
Like, every
really
movie
good.
I've
Yeah.
seen him in, I've enjoyed the role that he's played.
he was in Pandorum.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to
Which
think
was a great movie too.
I'm trying to think what else
He was in
in.
Alpha Dog.
Yes, that was.
What's the other one I'm thinking of? He actually was in another movie with Mark Wahlberg.
Don't hurt your head, Brian.
No.
But
He was in the X-Men movie too, right? I want to say he was.
Yeah, he
what
was
his name?
actually.
the first class one,
I think.
I
I
really
think
don't
it was
know.
the third one.
I'm not sure. But he's going to be tested here with his acting ability. I'm playing a controversial figure in sports right now.
Well, now I want to see how Bradley Cooper looks like in the role.
Is he? I don't know if that was actually confirmed. That was just a rumor. I was going to ask you guys later on, but
Let's do it now.
Foster. I mean, he looks extremely like.
Oh yeah, he does.
Lance Armstrong. Chris O'Dowd, who is best known for his work in Bridesmaid and will soon have a small role in Thor: The Dark World, will portray David Walsh, the Irish sports journalist who began to suspect early on that Armstrong was using performance-enhancing drugs. Jesse Plemons, who earned widespread acclaim for his performance of the character Todd in the final season of Breaking Bad, which you know who I'm talking about, Brian, is predicted to be playing one of Armstrong's cycling teammates, while Love Me If You Dare Guillaume Canet is expected to be one of Armstrong's rivals. John Hodge, best known for his collaborations with director Danny Boyle on films like Trainspotting, The Beach, and Trance, is handling the script. Jay Roach is attached to direct his own version of the Lance Armstrong story entitled Red-Blooded American, and J.J. Abrams and his production Bad Robot are also planning their own take on the story. So, two more biopics of Lance Armstrong. So, who do you see? We've heard Bradley Cooper, and I think he looks like him the most. Bradley Cooper, and
Yeah.
Academy Award nominee last year.
I can't really think of anyone else you can.
I can't either.
Have.
Yeah, see, I heard his name before attached to a Lance Armstrong biopic. I'm not sure if it was this one that Ben Foster's playing now, or I don't know, but I think he would be a good choice for either one of those two filmmakers to play Lance Armstrong.
Well, I mean, so far Ben Foster does look.
Yeah,
Yeah,
pretty
he's got,
legit,
yeah,
yeah.
he looks pretty like identical to Lance Armstrong himself. So
Definitely an interesting story, though.
I'm looking forward to seeing the movie when it comes out.
Yeah, all three of them, actually. And there's already a documentary out on it, too.
So it's kind of like the Steve Jobs thing where
A little bit. Everyone's
A
having
ton
their
of
own
them came
take
out,
on it.
yeah.
Yeah. Kind of crazy, but biopics do well. And actually, it's now time for this week's Vic's pick.
I still need a solo,
Yeah,
a
we-
guitar solo or something.
Yeah, we
maybe
need to
I
get
can't play the guitar.
we need to get a
sorry.
sound clip in there.
something. Well, today it's gonna be a first for the very so young Vic's picks. I'm doing an animated movie. Sorry, it's 2010's Batman Under the Red Hood. Considering all the Ben Affleck talk and
Yeah.
Batman and all that stuff, it came out in 2010, and it was directed by Brandon Vietti. He also did 2007 Superman's Doomsday. Features the voice of Neil Patrick Harris and John DiMaggio, who's actually Bender from Futurama.
Mm-hmm.
He also did Marcus Phoenix in the Gears of War video games. So Batman faces his ultimate challenge as the mysterious Red Hood takes Gotham City by firestorm. One part vigilante, one part criminal kingpin, Red Hood begins cleaning up Gotham with the efficiency of Batman, but without following the same ethical code. Killing is an option. Yep. And when the Joker falls in, the balance between the two hard truths are revealed and old wounds are reopened. A little trivia, because me and Brian were talking about maybe going to Comic-Con next year.
And I'm excluded from that there?
I mean, if you want to go, yeah.
I'm-
let's all go.
Comic-Con.
And I'll bring Dr. Doom with us, and it'll be a party.
Absolutely.
But this movie actually debuted at 2010's Comic-Con.
Oh, really?
So, yeah, they showed it there. IMDb has it a 7.8 out of 10, which is the
That's
highest.
pretty good.
That's
Which is
really
like the
good.
highest that I've had so far. And Rotten Tomatoes also had it extremely fresh with a score of 7.3. So check it out. It's only about an hour and 15 minutes.
I actually need to start watching
It's,
some of these
it's actually-
like because they do a lot of the animated
Yeah.
Batman
Mhm.
films, and I
It's
never
actually
like
really
watch them.
violent too. Like
Captain Pike is the voice of Batman in this movie from Star Trek. Bruce Greenwood. I just read it. So, yeah.
yeah, it's pretty intense. Joker's crazy, of course. Red
Yeah.
Hood's crazy. There's a lot of like twists and turns, and I mean it's pretty violent. That's all I can really say about it. 'Cause it's pretty violent, yeah. Especially for like an animated movie and Batman, that's pretty intense.
Well, they got a lot of really good names like Bruce Greenwood, Jensen Ackles, John DiMaggio, Neil Patrick Harris, like you said. See, I mean, animation, I feel like as an actor, I feel like everyone should dip their toes into the animation field a little bit.
Well, yeah, because I mean, you make profit
you
off
make-
of it.
yeah,
you make bank.
And especially an iconic character like Batman. Like,
Yeah, I mean, if you can't put on the actual suit, why not do it in the animation world?
Might as
Absolutely.
well, yeah. So go ahead and check it out. Let me know what you think.
all right,
Awesome.
good
Yeah.
pick.
Great pick.
Dr.
Now-
Dr. Doom approves.
Yeah, he
Dr. Doom
does.
approves. Well,
Shaking his
hopefully he
head.
approves the trailer of the week for this week, because it's the Grand Budapest Hotel.
Which is a Wes Anderson film.
Yes. It's about the adventures of Gustav H., a legendary concierge at a famous European hotel between the wars, and Zero Mustafa, the lobby boy who becomes his most trusted friend.
I thought that was Pedro for the longest time.
First of all, I had to do a glance at it because I thought it was too, but it's not. But it's got a great cast.
Yeah, just listen to this cast. Saoirse Ronan, who was rumored to be in Star Wars. He was in The Lovely Bones. Edward Norton, who's been in a Wes Anderson film. Ralph Fiennes, Owen Wilson, Jude Law, Bill Murray, Willem Dafoe, Tilda Swinton, Adrian Brody, Jeff Goldblum, Jason Schwartzman, Harvey Keitel, Tom Wilkinson. It's just up
the
and
list
down.
goes on and on.
Yeah, it's
Good old Jeff Goldblum getting work.
yeah, of course.
I know it's actually been a while since I've seen him in anything.
Well, a lot of these actors and actresses have been in Wes Anderson films before, like Edward Norton, Owen Wilson, Bill Murray, Willem Dafoe, Adrian Brody, Schwartzman. It's just it's a typical Wes Anderson movie, and it looks. I mean, just the cinematography looks like a Wes Anderson film because it is.
It looks like an interesting story, and it comes out March 7th, 2014.
Yeah,
Check out that trailer.
definitely interesting trailer.
But we're going to take a little break, and when we come back, some film facts. So don't go away. And we are back. And we got some
Yeah.
horror movie fun facts. I actually got a couple before Brett does his. Throughout the movie Silence of the Lambs, if you haven't seen it, or if you have and didn't realize this, but Hannibal Lecter never blinks.
Yeah, I knew that. Anthony Hopkins
Never.
Never blinks in the whole film.
Never.
Never. Yeah,
Mm.
I think it made it that more creepy.
It does, because honestly, like,
If somebody stares at you without first saying like staring contest, that's kind of creepy. Just
Yeah,
like
it's kind of creepy.
it's very creepy.
Let's see what he's doing.
yeah, see.
There's actually there's a lot of movies where people don't do that. I don't know how you can go an entire movie
See,
without blinking.
If I started like thinking about like, okay, I'm not gonna blink, then I'll start blinking. So it's like, it would never work for me.
Well, Anthony Hopkins is just a great actor.
Yeah, he is. Also, during the making of the movie Poltergeist, the only one scene that really frightened Heather O'Rourke was the one where she holds onto the headboard while a wind machine blows toys into the closet. During the scene, she actually broke down during the filming of the scene, and Steven Spielberg actually had to stop the scene and hold her to comfort her. He told her that she didn't have to do it again.
How old was she?
Oh, she was a little girl. I'm not sure how old she was.
Well,
But yeah, I
considering
probably
what
would have been terrified too.
yeah, I would have been as well. Especially, I don't know. It depends on how old she was. I'm not sure.
I honestly,
If you had to
don't
make
know.
a guess,
I don't know. I'd say maybe like 6, 7. She was just a little girl.
yeah, I'd be pretty scared too. I think.
I mean, you don't weigh so much, and you have a fan that's like practically gonna blow you away.
Yeah, I could see it. Good facts. Well, I'm gonna add to those. I think it was fitting. All horror film. I mean, it's October. It's fitting. So, with roles in John Hughes movies such as Pretty in Pink, 16 Candles, and The Breakfast Club, Molly Ringwald was a regular in many of the most essential high school films of all time. Over half a decade later, screenwriter Kevin Williamson had her in mind for a little horror flick he was writing called Scream, where she would be once again playing a high school kid. Ringwald eventually passed, being almost 30. Wes Craven hopped on board, and the role ultimately went to Neve Campbell.
Wow, did
Molly
not know
Ringwald.
that.
That'd have been weird.
I can't. Yeah, I can't envision that now.
Yeah. One film goer who saw The Exorcist in 1974 fainted and broke his jaw on a theater seat. He later sued Warner Brothers. He claimed that subliminal images from the movie caused him to pass out. The studio and the man eventually settled for an unknown amount of money.
So that's all it takes to get a. I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna try that. I'm gonna maybe do that with one of the new releases this week and feign and be like, it had a subliminal mess, something just
You have
made me
to break
pass out.
Yeah,
You
have
gotta break your jaw, though. So good luck with that one.
Yeah, I don't know if I want to break my jaw.
For
I'll
an
make it.
undisclosed amount, which is probably like $10.
Hey, it's a good retirement plan. If you're looking for retirement, do that instead.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
And finally, the words Elm Street are never said in the original A Nightmare on Elm Street.
That is true.
Kind of weird.
I can vouch that one. That is true.
That's kind of cool though.
It is.
You don't have to say it.
You don't need to say it.
Exactly.
You just know.
Kind of cool. And
It's
that's
in the title.
That is this week's
how
weekly
you know.
cinema horror facts.
Well, it's now time for the unscripted movie scenes. Sadly, it's not horror films, but it kind of is related to Bill Murray.
Which has nothing to do with horror films though.
No, it doesn't, but still, it's Bill Murray. Everyone loves Bill Murray.
And we had a Bill Murray
Exactly,
trailer.
so it fits. It fits. The first one is from the 1980s film Caddyshack. One of the best and most quoted scenes from the film is the Cinderella story where groundskeeper Carl Spackler, which was played by Bill Murray, mutters a story to himself about an unknown golfer winning the Masters. This entire scene was developed by Murray on the spot, saying in his 1999 book Cinderella Story, My Life in Golf, the Cinderella story was a spur-of-the-moment idea. Give me some flowers, I said. 4 rows of mums.
Yeah.
Bill Murray right there for you, genius.
I love Bill Murray.
I love him too.
Got a lot of good movies coming out.
He does.
The Monuments Men, the Grand Budapest Hotel. There's another one. I can't think of it right now. But yeah, I love him.
Well, his other film is the 1982 film Tootsie, with stars Dustin Hoffman. During a scene, aspiring playwright Jeff Slater, which was played by Bill Murray, was required to appear to be talking throughout an entire party scene. However, there was actually no dialogue written for the character. As a natural entertainer and comedian, Bill Murray improvised the entire scene.
Wow.
So if you haven't seen Tootsie, you definitely have to watch that scene.
Yeah, and the entire scene. That's
Yes.
kind of crazy.
It's a good movie, too.
Well,
But yeah, that is our unscripted movie scenes.
Tootsie.
very good, very good.
Yes. And now back to the news. One of my favorite franchises in horror is talked about this week. Bruce Campbell has actually confirmed Army of Darkness 2.
Exciting.
It is exciting, very
It is
exciting.
exciting.
It's exciting.
It's so exciting you can't even say exciting.
Exactly. Well, we have actually talked about this in the past. As you may recall, a sequel to the early 90s cult classic was discussed earlier this year during a press tour for the Evil Dead remake. Producer Rob Tablet revealed that there would be, in fact, wouldn't be an Evil Dead 4, but an Army of Darkness 2. Campbell later fanned the questions whether or not it was going to happen, and he confirmed with it. Yes, hell yes.
Hell yes. He
Yes.
actually that was his
Yep.
word for word. Hell yes.
Yeah, quote unquote.
And there's still rumors of like doing another remake of the from the Evil Dead.
Yeah.
And like branching together. Not sure if that's true yet, but that's still a rumor. But yeah, Army of Darkness 2. We're gonna see Ash back in action.
I think there's a lack in horror films recently. I mean, other than James Wan, there really hasn't been too many competitors, I think.
Well, no, they're just rebooting stuff. Honestly, I'm surprised they haven't rebooted the Leprechaun
I hope that never happens.
with
I
Warwick
think they are,
Davis.
yeah,
actually.
work.
With Warwick Davis.
You get some work again.
It's with Hornswoggle from the WWE.
Yeah. That's
right, they have.
He's
I
actually
forgot
gonna be,
about it.
Yeah, he's gonna be Leprechaun. So,
Well,
which is gonna be kind of weird. So
That hasn't happened yet.
I think they're filming or they started.
forgot about
something,
that,
but-
yeah.
Hornswoggle, really?
Hornswoggle.
poor Warwick Davis. He gets
He's about
passed
to
on
start.
everything now.
Yeah.
He gets passed on
I'm a-
everything now.
Man, I didn't even know he was still in the WWE. Is he?
Yep. Hmm?
Wow.
Hornswoggle.
Is Finley?
It's
No.
Yeah,
But
no.
Hornswoggle is.
Hornswoggle is.
Wow.
He hangs out with the Great Khali now.
He's still in the WWE?
Yeah, surprisingly.
Man, that just shows
Surprised
how
we don't
much
have a
I.
wrestling podcast.
Yeah.
Coming soon.
Maybe, who knows. Anyways, moving right along. Last week you brought this news story. Now we're kind of continuing. Hans Zimmer about scoring Superman versus Batman. Well, apparently he hasn't even been asked to score the project.
Well, it's still early on. I mean, that doesn't really happen until post production, I think. So, I don't think the fact that he hasn't been asked to do it yet is too much of a big deal.
Well, he hasn't been asked, but he, like mentioned last week, it really doesn't seem like he actually wants to do it at all.
Well, yeah, because I mean, he had to worry about the original theme song from Man of Steel, or I mean, like when he did Man of Steel, he had to worry about the original theme song. How do I do this? Make everybody happy. But he scored Christopher Nolan's Batman movies, and now he's got to make a new score for another Batman. So yeah, I could see his argument there.
Well, apparently Zimmer went on by saying that he is burned out on actually doing sequels, admitting that he didn't really enjoy himself doing Pirates 4.
Yeah, I wouldn't either. See, everyone
Exactly, yeah.
Everyone hates him. Yeah, I think I mean, if I were a composer, I would just want to keep doing original work, do different
Well,
things.
yeah, I mean, honestly, that kind of just shows right there, like, if he's not having fun, especially on Pirates 4, which I don't think anyone did.
Yeah,
Um,
except Johnny Depp.
yeah, maybe, I don't know.
He's too into that role.
I don't know. Me personally, it's like I can kind of relate to the guy. It's like he's burned out. He wants to do original stuff, and it doesn't seem to be happening. So
He's only human.
exactly, I don't
Yeah.
know.
I mean, it's nice that he's, doesn't want to keep doing the same thing over and over again, just like how Hollywood is, really. So it's good to see that he's actually trying out, new things.
He's got his head on straight, people.
Yes.
It will suck though if he doesn't come back. I wonder who they will replace him with. Probably, I mean, there's a lot of great composers in Hollywood.
Well, yeah.
John Williams.
Yeah. I don't.
Honestly, I bet you, like, if it's not Hans Zimmer, it probably would be John Williams.
Who else? Alan Silvestri.
Isn't Brian Grazer a composer? Or what is he, producer?
he's a producer.
Producer, yeah.
Unless he like decides,
He-
like, you
he's
know
a-
what?
Change of profession.
You never know.
Uh,
But I don't know. I think he is making the right choice right now.
I do too. Well, we're gonna continue on with Batman vs Superman. You mentioned about the football scene that they filmed
Yes.
this past week. Well, this was this past weekend where they did the football scene between Gotham City and Metropolis State, and now reports are emerging that Team Gotham might have had a pre-game motivational speech by Bruce Wayne himself. Last week, I talked about they didn't know if Henry Cavill or Ben Affleck were actually going to be there, but apparently it sounds like Ben Affleck was.
Really?
An eyewitness made a statement saying, "As I was walking out to the restroom before the game, I ran into this very nice man who knew one of the players that were the extras on the Gotham home team. He said that Ben Affleck was indeed there. How does he know this? Because the extra he knew filmed a scene with Affleck earlier that day in the locker rooms before the crowd started arriving. He said the scene was about Bruce Wayne giving a motivational speech to the team."
Curious what that speech is.
But this rumor that Affleck was spotted filming his first scene for the superhero sequel has been hit with a counter rumor that he was actually in St. Louis on that same day in question working on another project. So it's kind of hard to believe. Do you believe the extra who claims he talked to somebody who was actually in a scene with Affleck, or do you believe this counter rumor?
Who was said by who?
I don't know.
The internet.
Yeah. I could see the counter rumor to draw attention, like people would
Try to wave like,
Yeah.
oh, he wasn't there.
But
just to keep hush hush on the project.
But if someone claims that they physically saw him there, then you have to believe the eyewitness, I think.
Yeah, I think he was actually there at that football scene.
Probably. Who would give a better motivational speech, Ben Affleck or Henry Cavill?
I'm rather curious. Like, I want to know now. Like, what I want to hear the speech of his.
But who do you think would give a better motivational speech, Ben Affleck or Henry Cavill?
Probably Ben Affleck.
What do you think, Brian?
I'd have to say probably Ben Affleck. I can't really see Henry Cavill doing a speech.
Going over experience, anyways, acting experience.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd have to agree on that
If your
one.
quarterback throws you a touchdown, you ask him, "Do you need me to do it again?"
Yeah, that's the motivational speech.
You're saying hell yeah.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. That's if so, then Ben Affleck has officially started his role as Bruce Wayne. So that's kind of
Awesome.
kind of exciting. This is kind of exciting as well. Roberto Orci, who is one half of the Star Trek writing team, him and Alex Kurtzman, which me and Brian have actually seen in person and got to listen to. They wrote both Star Trek films, and Orci, not Kurtzman, recently sat down with IGN for an interview promoting the upcoming adaptation of Ender's Game. And during the discussion, the writer revealed that there may be a chance that remakes that Universal has in the works will all be part of a multi-franchise spanning collection of Universal monster movies.
Nice.
Orci went on to say, there's an interesting thing that could happen at Universal where they have this amazing library of their old monsters and these kinds of heroes, and the idea of trying to create a universe. We're doing Van Helsing and we're also producing The Mummy for them. We're kind of imagining updating these kinds of things. You don't want to just make remakes when you're doing a thing unless it's worthy of being a remake. But when you have an idea for something that can actually be made different and yet be true to what it was, we just had a notion of how to make it modern and have a slightly different tone. It's not going to be just a remake. So, I don't know. I mean, we've noticed Hollywood seems to be working in trends. When vampires came around, that was the thing. Zombies. But I got to give credit to Marvel for this trend here because they created this whole thing called a shared universe. They have their whole Marvel universe. And that kind of seems like a popular idea right now. 20th Century Fox is working to bring Fantastic Four and the X-Men together. Of course, Warner Brothers is doing Batman and Superman. So now they kind of want to do it with Universal monster movies and some other.
It kind of reminds me of the 80s. I think it was the 80s.
The Monster Squad.
Yeah, I love that movie.
Well, if they were to do that, I think it would probably be like reboots. I mean, the Wolverine was done in 2010 and that didn't do so well. But do reboots of all of them and then like bring them together. I mean,
as long as they don't like change the look, like
they will.
Well, I mean, as long as it's not like how
Too
like
drastic?
Frankenstein looked like in the Van Helsing movie
Oh,
with
where he's
Hugh
all-
Jackman, where it was like he looked freaking
Like fat.
ridiculous. Yeah.
He was just
He was just out of shape.
and he actually talked.
Yeah, if it looks like anything like that, then that's just gonna be a bust.
Well, Kurtzman and Orci are actually writing a reboot for Van Helsing, so we'll see what happens there. But yeah, they said they're producing The Mummy, but other Universal classics include Frankenstein.
they needed to keep the elements of these creatures. They
There's-
shouldn't change
there's
really anything.
Frankenstein, the Phantom of the Opera, the Invisible Man, the Creature from the Black Lagoon, the Hunchback of Notre Dame, and the Wolfman. And we've actually heard rumors about Frankenstein and Dracula in recent past. So I don't know. This could turn into especially at Universal with the ones creating the monster
I think
movies.
that's one of the last times I saw Benicio del Toro was in The Wolfman.
Really?
Yeah, and that one
That
was
was
like
probably-
that was so.
A lot of people. I think a lot of people disliked it more than liked
Well,
it.
I
from
watched
what heard.
it, and I mean, it wasn't bad, but it kind of was a letdown.
Yeah, I don't know. Well, that would be interesting to see, and they're two really good writers, so I think it's in good hands if they decide to go that way with Universal. All right. Well, speaking of Marvel and the whole universe, we're going to talk about another project that Marvel has, and it's involving Ben Kingsley, who was the Mandarin in Iron Man 3, which I
Yes.
did not see, but
I haven't.
speaking with the Belfast Telegraph, Kingsley revealed he's re-teamed with Marvel and much of the Iron Man 3 crew for a secret project. Kingsley said, "It's a secret Marvel project. I'm not allowed to say any more. You're going to have to wait and see. I was with many members of the crew that were involved in Iron Man 3. It was lovely to see them again. It was great to be with this wonderful family. I think they have enormous taste as creative artists. There's nothing lazy or gratuitous about their work. They're at the top of their game, and they are a great company to keep." So, I mean, there's obviously been some, ideas floating around what the secret project could be. One was that he might pop up on the spin-off series, The Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., which recently had Samuel L. Jackson on the show.
I heard that. That was like a big rumor. Like,
Yeah.
is it true or not? And yeah,
He
I heard
reprised
about
his
that.
role of Nick Fury in a surprise cameo. But I mean, that's not really a secret project, considering the fact that it's already out. It's already happening.
Well, it makes me curious. Like, it's a secret project, but like he's already been in a Marvel movie. Like, is
Yeah.
he playing the same character?
I don't know. There you go. That's something I haven't thought
That's
of.
what I'm curious about.
Some guess that he might be hinting at Iron Man 4, but he would be in serious trouble if he even hinted toward that, because they don't even know if they're going to do that. Some say that it could be he might just be filming an end credit scene for a Marvel movie, or perhaps it's a Marvel one-shot short, like they've done with the Consultant, Agent Carter, and Item 47. These short films basically allow the studio to flesh out their film worlds with smaller stories. So I'm not quite sure what it is. Maybe, I don't know, maybe it's a Mandarin spinoff. You never know. I don't know. Origin story.
Maybe.
But Ben Kingsley is definitely working with Marvel again, and it's kind of got to do with the same thing, because he said he's been working with a lot of the Iron Man 3 cast, so
Oh, maybe it's Iron Man related.
I don't know. So it's kind of interesting to see what it might be. Speaking of superheroes,
This is an interesting one.
yeah. In a recent interview with the Showbiz 411, Tom Hanks explained how he'd love to play a superhero only if he'd be given the chance. I watched this video, and he made a statement saying, "They don't ask me. I keep trying. I can do it. Even let me play a bad guy. I'll do anything." And he said, "God, I want to throw a shield at somebody. I want that. I want to get in there. I want to play the Flash or something." At 57 years old, I mean, I could see why he's never been asked. I mean, his age, I don't think he's got the ability to move around.
If they would have done this whole superhero stuff like around the time that he like started, then maybe.
Yeah. A super villain, though, I could see that.
I can see that too. He's
I
a
mean,
damn good actor.
Ben Kingsley just did it in Iron Man 3, and he's almost 70 years old. So, and
Not to mention, like,
he's-
you never really seen Tom Hanks play a villain.
exactly, he's never played a villain, and he's
I
an
wanna
Academy
see
Award
that.
winner.
I want to see that.
So do I. I mean, I just thought that was an interesting story. The fact that he's actually,
Like he wants to, but they're like, nope.
yeah,
Sorry, Tom Hanks.
I mean, me personally, I would see that. Like, okay, he's never been a villain. Let's see what he's got, and if he can pull it off, which I know for a fact he,
pretty sure he
yeah,
can.
pretty damn sure he could.
As
I
a
would want to.
su-
I would want to see
as a
it.
superhero, though, I mean, they're going
As
for
a
a
superhero.
younger face,
Well, yeah, it's
younger
a new
actors.
generation, but
A villain.
A villain, yeah, I could see him playing a villain in a
Yeah.
superhero movie, and I think he'd do damn well.
And he even said that he doesn't want to just be in a superhero movie and play like what Kevin Costner did in
just be the dad.
yeah, he doesn't want to just to be a supporting character. He wants to be a villain or a
Throwing-
superhero.
throwing-
Well,
Shield
he
at
still
the-
has what it takes to still be a leading man.
Yeah, of course he does. He's an Academy Award winner. I mean, he proved it in Captain Phillips. I mean, he's one of the greatest actors in Hollywood today.
But yeah, well, without a doubt. And me personally, I think Marvel or any comic book like superhero type movie needs to get him as a villain because I definitely want to see that.
Yeah, if you get Ben Kingsley, you got to get Tom Hanks. Especially the fact that he's actually said he wants to. So,
Yes. Well, we're gonna talk about right now Beetlejuice.
Beetlejuice.
Beetlejuice. We all,
I don't see him.
Both of you looked around.
I don't see him. Well, we said it 3 times. Usually, when
Yeah.
you say it 3 times,
I just thought it was funny how you
comes.
guys looked around.
Yeah, maybe like Doomsday. Well,
Doomsday.
anyways, the reason we're talking about Beetlejuice 2 is because it was actually back in 2011, Warner Brothers was actually interested in developing a sequel to Tim Burton's 1988 comedy Beetlejuice. And then soon after, it was confirmed that leading man Michael Keaton was wanting to also come back to reprise the role as Beetlejuice. Well, now this past week, The Wrap has confirmed a scoop that Burton has actually received an offer to direct Beetlejuice 2. So apparently, it's happening.
Well, the offer's been made. Nothing's confirmed, but it definitely sounds serious. The fact that they actually reached out to Tim Burton and said, "Hey, let's do Beetlejuice 2." So that's exciting, though. I mean, Michael Keaton doesn't really have a lot of work going on right now.
Well, he's had a lot of smaller
Yeah.
part roles, but he's never it's been a while since he's been the leading man.
I mean, other than Batman, this was one of his most popular films, Beetlejuice. I
Yeah.
think. So
I don't know. It should be interesting. I mean, I grew up watching Beetlejuice, so
Beetlejuice.
Beetlejuice.
I kind of makes me wonder though too. Like obviously, if they do a sequel, is Winona Ryder gonna come back?
Ooh, I
Is
don't know.
Gina Davis gonna come back?
You got to get Miley Cyrus in there now after the VMAs. Right?
Yeah.
Right?
Well, if Michael Keaton pulls out, then she could definitely play Beetlejuice.
Yeah, she probably could. She
could.
She could. Right.
Like she could.
Yeah.
Yeah, she could.
No, but like the only other thing that he's got going, well, that I know of, is that he's going to be in the Need for Speed movie with Aaron Paul. That's
and
And he was in the
RoboCop, yeah.
Yeah, as
Let's
well.
not forget RoboCop.
he's got. I mean, I don't know. This would be big for his career, I think, just to step back into the limelight a little bit. So that's cool for him.
Well, continuing on with sequels, a lot of news has been going on with the Jurassic World.
Yeah.
This is actually kind of big. I'm not sure if it was confirmed or not.
It's rumored right now.
It's still rumored right
the
now.
only confirmation they have is they have the little kid from Insidious,
Oh yeah.
Dalton or whatever.
Well,
he's in it.
It's only rumor right now. Which I mean, honestly, if they do get this and it happens, that would be big for this project. Josh Brolin is apparently reported to star in Universal Pictures' Jurassic World. The Wrap says a deal has not officially been made yet. However, if it's made, he'll join the ranks of Bryce Dallas Howard, Ty Simpkins, and Nick Robinson.
I think Idris Elba, who was in Thor.
Mm-hmm.
He just got confirmed, I think, as well. So, yeah, after missing out on Batman, this would be pretty big for Josh Brolin, I think. I mean, you don't have Steven Spielberg, of course, or you don't have Kathleen Kennedy producing the film, but
No, Steven Spielberg is returning to
produce. Yeah, he's not obviously not.
I mean,
directing it though.
you're just handing over the reins. I mean, it's
Yeah.
like George Lucas with Star Wars. So I mean,
I don't know.
I don't know. I mean, if they get Josh Brolin in this project, I'll be a lot more interested in it.
Yeah,
that's
I
for
would
sure.
too.
Because right now I'm just like, okay, it's, Jurassic Park again.
And the screenwriters that they had on the movie were less than impressive, but Josh Brolin would get some asses in the seat, I think.
Oh yeah, definitely. Well, also last month the studio did announce that Jurassic World will be released in 3D,
Oh, that'll help.
Of course.
which is going to be June 12th, 2015.
That would
The movie
that would
is
definitely
released.
help.
Oh yeah, so
Yeah, that would definitely be interesting to see. I don't know. They got to get some. Do they even know who's directing that yet?
they don't.
Yeah. See that once.
Oh wait. No, I take that back. Colin Trevorrow directs
Oh.
the epic action adventure.
Yeah, that sounds familiar.
Yeah.
Colin, he did practically nothing. Safety not guaranteed. That's the only thing really.
Which is
He-
actually on my Netflix. Like,
Is it?
Mhm.
He's
I wanna see that.
he's a new he's kind of a new director, but I don't know. That's
Well, if they get Josh Brolin, to me that's
it's
step
a
in the right direction.
Yeah, I would say so, but I don't know. We're gonna hear more about this movie, so we're definitely not done talking about Jurassic
Yes.
World. All right, I thought we would top off the show with some possible Star Wars confirmation, because somebody might have accidentally confirmed they were in the movie.
Uh-oh.
not-
Whoopsie. Tootsie.
Oopsie.
The original C-3PO,
Anthony Daniels.
Anthony Daniels, he appeared at the New York Comic-Con recently to host a spotlight panel that he promised would not divulge in any Star Wars Episode VII secrets, and he almost made it through the entire session without revealing a spoiler. He made a statement saying,
Almost.
when he was asked about being possibly the only actor to be in all 7 movies, he said, "Yes, I am the only actor to be in all 7 because I feel," and then he stopped, realizing what he said, and then he backtracked and said 6, whatever. So he went with 7, and then he changed it to 6. So he kind of gave away that he's confirmed.
No.
Yeah. So he kind of slipped up there.
My.
So yeah, I mean,
Obviously, he needs to take some lessons from Harrison Ford there.
yeah. So it sounds that makes you think though. I mean,
Well, you gotta have him in the freaking
Yeah.
movie because if you don't have him playing C-3PO, it just does not feel like a Star Wars movie to me.
I don't know why it said original C-3PO. There's only ever been one. So, but yeah, I don't know. I mean, considering the fact that he gave away confirmation, it makes you think who else is already confirmed. I think Harrison. I think all of them, Hamill, Fisher, and Ford are all confirmed. I
The
think.
shiny guy always worries.
Shiny guy always worries. I think the original cast is confirmed.
Oh yeah, I
All-
have no
except
doubt.
Chewbacca, who can't be in it
I feel bad for that.
because of his surgery or whatever. but I think the entire original cast is set to go. I just think they're waiting on some of the new breed to come in. Saoirse Ronan might be. I
The new
think.
blood.
Yeah, maybe I'm still crossing my fingers on Benedict Cumberbatch though. But
Yeah, that would be big.
but it
And
makes
Daniel
it.
Day-Lewis.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that'd be
That would be
sick.
another big. I seriously like. I will start camping out for it.
Yeah, I would too. 2 years early in advance.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're waiting out. What are you doing? I'm waiting for the Star
See,
Wars
that would be an
Episode
interesting
7.
documentary to do.
Yeah, just camping out 2 years early for
Yeah.
Star Wars Episode 7.
Those would be
Crazy
really
people.
big diehard Star Wars fans.
Well, yeah, we're camping out 2 years in advance for Episode 7.
have no life.
No, but I mean, that's kind of funny that we thought nobody was confirmed, and it sounds like they're keeping a lot of secrets from us. So it
I'm
sounds
sure
like
they have to have some sort of like
knowledge.
core cast, I guess. or
I think
signed
it's
up.
I think it's the entire original cast so far. I think they're all on board. They just can't say anything. Like Harrison Ford has not been saying.
Yeah,
anything.
he's been doing that pretty well.
Yeah,
And
To the
if
fact
you,
that-
if you can get money from Conan O'Brien and not tell him anything, then that's
and the fact that he's actually made it sound like he might not be in it. He's gonna be in it. There's no way he's not gonna be in it.
yeah. Even if it's only for like
Yeah,
small, tiny part.
and you're gonna make a lot of money off of it. You already know.
Oh God, yeah.
But yeah,
It's
so
gonna be a big thing.
well,
Can't wait.
yeah, the fact that
Can't
it
wait.
starts filming in about 2-3 months, we're gonna hear a lot more confirmation soon. But that is it for the news.
Alrighty. Down to the new releases. We have
You get
two.
excited for that.
You got real
I am.
excited.
It's
Feels
actually
like,
a good
damn.
week. Both
is.
movies I'm actually wanting to see.
Yeah, I want to see both of them as well.
We're gonna talk about The Counselor right now. That's one of the films that.
Really?
Yeah.
I thought you would have picked.
No, I'm saving that one. I'm saving that one for last because I know
Alright.
that one will probably be a big thing.
I think they're both pretty big.
Well, yeah, they're both pretty big.
It made
but-
it hard for me to predict.
Yeah, I'm kind of curious about your prediction because I'm. Yeah.
You're just curious.
Well, what
I'm
about
just.
mine?
I'm damn curious.
Hey, what about
I wanna-
mine?
Yeah, he's
and
curious.
yours.
Uh-huh.
But yeah, one of the movies that's coming out this Friday is The Counselor. It's a lawyer who finds himself in over his head when he gets involved in drug trafficking, which stars Brad Pitt, Michael Fassbender, Penelope Cruz, Cameron Diaz, and Javier Bardem. One of my favorite actors.
Yeah, it's
It just looks amazing. Like
It
just
does.
looks so good.
I've seen a lot of trailers. It's been very well advertised.
I saw a new like TV spot for it. I think
Mhm.
yesterday, and I saw some things that weren't in the trailer and stuff. They're
Really?
putting new footage out there, and it looks.
Well,
like,
yes,
it just
they
keeps
did,
looking
they
better.
did that
and
with
better.
they did
Yeah.
that with the other film too, which is Bad Grandpa, which is another movie I've been waiting for a while since I saw the trailer. It's 86-year-old Irving Sisman is on a journey across America with the most unlikely companion, his 8-year-old grandson Billy, which stars Johnny Knoxville. It's a Jackass movie.
Yeah,
And yeah, they also, I saw this online. They had a new like little red band trailer for it, and oh my god,
Don't hurt me. I'm 86 years old. Don't hurt me.
no, like I don't want to like spoil, like, but there's a scene where he's like, kind of like hugging a vending machine, and people are like, "What the hell is he doing?" Apparently, he's got his privates
Yeah.
stuck in the machine, and it actually shows him pulling.
oh my gosh. Yeah, I want to watch that. Yeah, I want to go watch that Red Band trailer now.
Johnny Knoxville's junk.
Because
There
if
you
you're
go.
glowing
I don't actually
recommendation,
think that was really his jump.
I would not be surprised if it was actually. You know, Jackass. You know how they
No, but
roll.
if you were seeing the scene, like it has to be fake because if he really was doing that to his junk, then like he really has no limits.
They've dropped bowling balls on it, and
Yeah, they've done some
everything.
crazy crap. So why wouldn't I be surprised if it's real?
I don't know.
I don't
You
know. if-
definitely would have to check out and be the judge for yourself.
And
Like it's one of those movies. I still love that scene where he's making it rain when his.
She's my cherry.
I love
can't
that
wait.
scene too, where like he's in the little like kids ride.
Oh yeah, and it goes
Oh
through
yeah,
the
and he
window.
goes
I've
slingshot
seen it
right
like
through
a
the.
million times, and it still cracks me up like every single time. So
I
you know
don't-
it's good.
Yeah, this stuff. It's really weak. See, I can't even talk. It's really hard to predict this week because, the Counselor's just got a great cast right now,
It does.
and
It is leading us to our box office predictions.
it's got. It's gonna be an Oscar contender. Javier Bardem. Whenever he's in a movie,
yeah, it's up there.
and it's the same writer from No Country for Old Men.
Well, none of us got it right, but you were the closest. I think you should have the honors.
It was really tough for me. I had to go back and look at what Jackass made in the box office to try and see what maybe Bad Grandpa could do. But at number 4, I've got Captain Phillips.
Okay.
All right. At number 3, Gravity. Making a big drop there.
So far, I'm with you on the
So far,
first.
yeah. So far, so
At
good.
number 2, The Counselor.
Oh man, yeah, I think you. Yep.
And at number 1, Bad Grandpa.
You and I are gonna have the exact same thing this week.
So then you don't even have to announce yours.
Nope.
Mick, what you got?
Same thing, except let's go with The Counselor at number 1 and Bad Grandpa at number 2. And then 3 and 4 are the same.
Yeah.
So.
See, I was going back and forth between those two, but
Well, yeah. See, like
the
I
same
know the
time,
Counselor's gonna do it's gonna do good, but like it seems like every Jackass movie has done very successful when it has come out. Not to mention it's Johnny Knoxville and it's Bad Grandpa. Like this, like everyone I've talked to wants to see this movie.
yeah, the first that's the best scene in the whole freaking movie.
Make it rain, make it rain.
And then that one, she's like, somebody's here with their grandpa.
Yeah. No, but like it was hard because like the first Jackass movie when it came out, it only made 22.7 when it came out. Jackass 2 made 29 million, so a 7 million raise.
Yeah,
But this is where Jackass, because it was in 3D, might have helped. It made $50.3 million.
yeah.
And the fact that this isn't a Jackass movie, it's just Johnny Knoxville.
Well, it's Jackass Presents.
Yeah, but it's not the Jackass crew. It's just Johnny.
That's just the film crew.
I don't know. I got to think
Spike
it's gonna.
Jones is in it.
Yeah, it's Gloria, the 90-year-old woman. Yeah,
And she's a slut.
yeah. I got to think it's gonna make somewhere in between 20-30 million,
But we're all going to be wrong anyways, so.
maybe.
Probably.
Well, me and Brian, if one of us gets it right, we both get it right.
There
so
you go.
It's us against you
Unless
this
gravity
week.
prevails again.
I doubt it. I really do.
But other than that, that is our show. The quote for this week was from The Lost Boys.
Good movie.
Yes.
Super good movie.
I always know the quote though. He doesn't. Did you know the quote? Did you know what it was from when he said it? See, it's unfair.
No.
It's unfair. You should hide the quote. You shouldn't. You should have a piece of paper where it has the title of the movie. Because when I look at your notes to do my notes, I know
That's true.
immediately.
I will do that from now on.
Okay, good. But then I could just Google the quote.
Yeah, be a cheater. Be a cheater.
You're a cheater.
How am I a cheater?
You stole you added your facts to my facts for the facts.
It's the facts of life.
segment. No, that's actually good though.
Just facts on facts on facts.
Just facts on facts
Yeah.
on
The facts of life. There you
Exactly.
Well,
All right.
go. On that note,
Follow us on Twitter at Movie Talk Radio.
Instagram, Facebook.
Everything, every social
and
media.
Tumblr now. We got a Tumblr now.
Yeah, every social media: YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, Tumblr,
We're
Instagram.
there.
It's all movie / Movie Talk Radio. So
So
Pretty
yeah.
simple.
Follow us. Check The Counselor out. Bad Grandpa. Pick up Only God Forgives, The Conjuring, and The Internship.
check out the Grand Budapest Hotel trailer.
Yes.
Check out Batman Under the Red Hood on Netflix.
And
That is a wrap,
That is
folks.
it.
So
consistency.
consistency.
Dr. Doom says good night.
Thank you for listening to the Stallion Radio Network.